Okay, so I'm back in 3ds Max, and I've been kind of tweaking all my pieces and getting them in a position where I can actually put multiple materials on a single object, which you really can't do in Unity. Unity does not support multiple IDs, but it does support multiple objects put together into and created into a prefab. So that's the direction I've been going. So what I've done is I just built a simple box. Moving on, we are going to go into the, I'm doing a column here. Boop, boop. So this is the same height as the wall. I'm going to do these trees, like they're going to be like almost like redwoods, tall, long, not redwoods, but like something like the pines out in like on the East Coast where they're just super tall. Mostly straight, and they taper up a little bit, so it'll be a fun shape to play around. So we're just going to go over the basic cylinder. By default, Max actually has this number at 18, which is a weird number, but 16 is what I'm going to use because it's divisible by, it's a quad, it's divisible by 4, and allow me to do other things. I'm going to put it right here in the center. I'm going to do I can do a keyboard entry. I'm just going to go ahead and just build it. So click and drag. It's going to be the same size as that pillar, mostly because I want to replace it with some ones in Unity that are already in place. So I can just snap into it. It won't have to be anything more than just a quick adjustment. I want to make an instance of this. The only reason I'm doing this is to get, double the height-ish. What I may do in Unity, so I'll make it 1, and then I'll make a couple of variations with this noise. And then we will taper it, and then put a noise modifier on there, and set the UVs up. I'm telling you in the wrong order. First thing I'm going to do is convert this to an edible poly. All right, and the next thing I want to do is actually go in here and I want to take this Alt Q, and this, and then I'm just going to do, I'm going to just delete it. I know I'm going to need to cap it, but what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use cap. I'm going to select the border, and then I'm going to deselect this edge. No. Hit go away. Deselect this edge, and then I'm going to hit bridge, and then repeat the process step on down here. So as long as I deselect 2 edges in my selection, I can bridge these things together. All right, so those are going to be UV problems, but not major problems. Oopsie. I want to do one thing again. I want to apply the texture. Sweet. Cool. All right, now I'll unwrap it. Sweet. All right, so let's pack it. Let's unpack everything. Okay, there. I'm going to grab the body and break, and then that'll leave me the top and the bottom caps, which I'm going to hit flatten. Hit OK. Sweet. Let's get that pattern up here, or the texture. Ideally, what I would probably do is actually build another texture just like the one I have here and make it bigger. Like the one that would be on the post and in the seam, like the bridge and things of that nature, I'll probably actually make that something along the lines of like a 1024 or even a 512 map. Whereas this big pillar will probably be like a 1024 to 2048, just depending on how important it is. And it also depends on when we'll see how grainy it may look or how pixelated it may look when I take it into the engine. We'll see. It may not make a difference at all. It may just be gorgeous. Collapse 2. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and throw in the modifiers that I want to do. I know it's set up, so let's name it first. I'm going to call it column because I'm going to use it as one. Large. Cool. All right, first things first. Let's go to the parametric modifiers, and I'm going to add a taper. Ooh, not that much. I don't want it that dramatic. Just a little bit. Hit F4 to get those damn things off. All right, cool. All right, so now that I've got that taped a little bit, we're going to add a little bit of a noise. Noise is a very useful tool, so let's go ahead and just, I think I was at 10 when I did this earlier. And you can see it just adds a little kink to it, just a little bit. So if I put a couple together, in instance, let's just do 3, and we'll rotate. I'm going to grab them, and I'm going to put this into the object working pivot so that the rotation will be on the object. Oopsie. And I love this rotation tool. There we go. And just kind of play around with the rotations so that they kind of have some variation. I'll leave that one alone because that's my base. Seriously, this rotation tool is absolutely stupid. All right, cool. I can add a little more taper. My dog is protecting this house. And so we can see how I get some variations real quick. Let's go into that. Let's go into the base. Hit UVs. I mean, like that carved look right there is kind of bugging me, but kind of not. Oh, it's because I haven't even placed the actual body in the right place. Let's put this here. Let's pack that. And look at our map. And we'll just drag this. I think if I hold control, it'll keep it uniform. If I hold shift, I'll just go straight down. I think I want that because I want the seam. I want to try to hide as much of the seam as possible. All right, so there we go. Now, what I'll do in the game engine is actually do some things. Like this. I may even, what I can do here actually, to make new copies, I'm going to break my instance and make it unique. I'm going to go into my noise and I'm going to change the seed. And I can do the same thing with this one. Break that, go into noise and change the seed. And so now I have 3 logs. They all kind of share the same thing. I can change the scale. I can change these things a little bit. So I can play with the actual object a little bit better. It may even require an actual shape, log type texture. Something a little different than this old wood. On the other note, what I can do, I've had some fun with this. Now, I'm not doing a whole lot of fancy here, but if I really want to just actually be legitimate, what I would do, what I could do, I can get rid of you. I'll make a copy of you. Make a copy. Now this one, what I'm going to do is a little bit different. Now I went in and I did a bridge on these edges here, and that could be problematic. But what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to undo all that. I'm going to delete. I'm going to hit 3. Now I'm going to hold shift and make an actual point. And I'll fix the UVs here in a little bit. And collapse that. Grab that vertex. I'm going to hold control and convert my selection into polygon. And then I'm going to hit grow, grow. All right, so now I'm going to go back to the unwrap here and open this up. And we'll go ahead and flatten that. And post it where it needs to post. Right, we're going to see some pixelation. It's already pretty pixelated. I may have to fix that, but that's okay. It's working for me right now. I'm going to collapse this back down to a double poly. And now I'm going to grab this ring. And what I'm going to do is grab that ring and that ring. I'm going to move down. And then deselect these guys and move down. And you can see the angle changes based on the height, plus the absolute atrocious destruction of my texture. Whatever. I'm not worried about that right now. I can always make a better texture for that piece. And then slide that down. And look at that. Next thing you know, it's kind of like a pike, or it's got a pokey, sharp end. And of course, when I want to go into details, I'll go around and get some changes. You know, like I'll take these whole edges here and then deselect this one, deselect that one. There, Control click to convert to vertices. And if I go into soft selection, turn that on, what I've got here is a set of influencing vertices, which if I just get a small selection, it won't pull all the vertices down, just some of them based on the influence. Excuse my dog, he's protecting this house. Alright, so undo that and then slide down. Then I'll take that. I'm going to turn this off. Make sure you turn it off. If you don't turn it off, it will mess with you. Alright, so there is my pike with a point. So I can do that over and over. And actually the beautiful thing is once I actually have that built, I can actually grab this whole piece and detach it as an object and then stick it on other objects down the road. Or I can do it in Unity probably. It won't look as good in Unity. I'd rather do it in Max and weld it, but that would be the quick idea. Alright, so let's export these guys. Make sure everything is in the right location. Cool. Alright. Let's open these up. Okay, so we got that one. And I'll just export these out. Alright, first off, I got to collapse this down. So I don't want to mess with that one right now because that's my base and that gives me the different tools that I'm using. So we'll take this one. And I'll take the other one. Save as, excuse me. Export. Select it. Control V. Make that 0, 0. Cool. And then hide that one. And this one I'm going to call large and point. I make that O. So that one is its own unique object. Export selected, and then I'll throw it into Unity and I'll show you what I'm doing with it over there. Cool. Alright. Next video after this is done. Sweet. Control S to save that, and I will show you guys Unity next.